What's up, everybody? Welcome back to We the Champs. We here strong. We got Uncle D back. Jay's taking a little break for the evening, but it's all good. We still gonna get to business because we the champs, y'all.
Yep.
All right. We about to get into the NFL wild card weekend action and this crazy coaching carousel that's going on. Jay don't want the Falcons to get Bill Bellichick.
Hey man, I got the video just for Coach.
Yeah, right. You represent. You sending some power his way.
Yeah, man.
Shoot. Yeah, we about to get into it, guys. But don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Just click everything on there. Whatever you see, click everything except for that unsubscribe if you already subscribed. All right, sweet. So it's wild card weekend, man. We finally got to the playoffs. We finally made it here, and it's been some upsets and some set ups. And some good matchups on paper, but some matchups that didn't go like we seen. Specifically, let's start it off with the in the AFC with the Cleveland Browns losing 14-45 to the Houston Texans. Man,
Hey,
Joe Flacco magic, his little fairy tale went crash. That shit got burnt, bro.
Man, he should have stayed on the couch, man. He should have.
Oh man.
But hey, you picked Houston too, right?
I picked Houston. A lot of people was riding on the Browns. I'm like,
yeah, I picked them too, man. We both picked them. So I don't know. I saw a Houston team that wasn't afraid of the spotlight. So and then yes, Cleveland's defense is crazy, but when they play on the road, man, their defense has not lived up to the standard of who they are. Man, they gave up like 29 points on the road, so they're playing.
You talking about this game or another game?
That's what they average. Not Houston.
Oh, okay.
Cleveland's defense on the road is notorious for just giving up points. Like they're still solid, but they give up way more points on the road. So, so their stats were a little bit padded by how crazy they were playing at home. But I mean, still shout out to them. They had what, 5 quarterbacks this year, 4 quarterbacks.
Yeah. Like I'd have to say they exceeded expectations for 100%, sure. 11-6. I saw this as a real threat. This team has a real threat going into the playoffs, but I think they optimized all that and they maxed out.
Man, you know who a threat? That CJ is a threat.
Dude. CJ had 216 for 21, 274 yards, 3 TDs, man. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, 3 TDs in the first half.
Yeah.
Bruh, yeah. They look good. Their defense look good. Coach, Nico Ryan is he had his team ready. Man, he's like baby Tomlinson.
Right.
Baby Tomlin. So I mean, I like the way he coaches and it has everybody like ready for big games. So well coached team.
Yeah, they got at him. I don't know. Maybe I'd say, I mean, credit to the Texans, but maybe the Browns weren't ready to play. I feel like they were the type of team going into this were ready to play. But at the same time, you said the defense averaged a give up of 29 points per game. I mean, if you look, I mean, CJ put these passes on a dime, but they had blown coverages. I don't know how many times. I mean, they look almost as bad out there on defense as the Cowboys did against the Packers.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But I feel like Cleveland got to the point where they were one of those teams. They were almost just happy to be there. And that's not even taken away from a team that played great all season. So I'm not gonna like go in on them, man. I'm not gonna go on them like I'm gonna go in on the Cowboys or anything like that. So
right,
that's a little different, man. Cleveland situation is completely different. So I mean, hats off to them for even making it that far.
Yeah, big time, but big shout out to the Texans. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're going to say it again. The position they're in is is like reverse of what we thought the Panthers were going to be, and or be close to. Or I mean, we just thought the Texans were going to be terrible this year, and they really flipped that script big time. And they got two staples, two foundation pieces. Will Anderson Jr. on the edge rushing, number 51, rookie, and of course CJ Stroud, the balling ass rookie. Bro, he looks like he made one throw under pressure. It was like a stop and go route to Nico Collins, I think, and he just threw the ball smoothly. Like you just look at him, he just looks like he's been out there for years. You know what I mean?
It makes me sad. So I was listening to some other commentators talk about it earlier this weekend. Can you name more than 6 other quarterbacks that you would have over CJ Stroud at this point for your franchise? There's only 5, maybe.
You could say Mahomes, Burrow, Lamar. I'm still got Allen.
Man,
hold on, Mahomes. Shit, Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, Lamar. I'd have to take the way it's looking at this point. I'd have to take CJ over Jalen after this season.
I would take CJ over Jalen. Just his arm, like the passes that he makes, as poised as he is in the pocket. Hopefully,
and he has. And one thing I feel like that we're vastly underrated in the his draft process in his combine or whatever. His arm strength. That chain is ridiculous. I mean, all right, so the Panthers game I went to where they won, he didn't make the pass. I think it was a corner route or deep or stop and go. Yeah. But the way he just launched the missile in the air was really, really impressive.
He's like, what's your boy out in LA?
Herbert.
He's like Herbert with heart.
Oh man, Herbert! Come on, don't do it. Herbert got heart, bro. But he played with a punctured lung and shit.
No. All right, so they are very similar. But if you watch them play, like, and people don't say this enough, like the arm talent. I feel like CJ has just made better decisions than Herbert, and he doesn't make the turnovers. Like his interception and the touchdown rate is ridiculous for a rookie. So if you're looking at somebody with that much arm talent and he doesn't make mistakes, it's crazy. So I mean, right now I would say he's probably top 5, 6
right
QBs in the league right now. So we'll see how the rest of this playoff shakes up. But man, that team look hot.
They look hot. They're going to where are they going? Are they going to Baltimore or Arrowhead? No, they're going to Baltimore. Yeah. Okay.
Man, this could be crazy, man.
All right. What's the next game? What was the other Saturday night game? The Chiefs.
Yeah, the Chiefs, bro, in the 0 degrees bowl.
Ain't too much about this because this went exactly how we predicted it to go. This was the one game. This game and the Rams and Lions game went. Those are only 2 games to go exactly how we thought, and maybe the Steelers and the Bills game.
Scripted it perfectly. I would say Pat Mahomes looked like playoff Pat. I mean, everybody's been praying for his downfall all season, but I mean, once he hits the playoffs, I mean, we'll see what they look like in the second season. So,
they have to. What's that? What are they doing again? Are they going to Arrowhead or let's see? I got it right here. No, they're going to Buffalo next week.
Buffalo. So that'll be different, man. You know what I'm saying? Pat ain't never really had to go on the road.
Right. He's never been on the road in the playoffs. Come to think of it. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Man, he ain't never been on the road. So.
What the hell? That's wild.
Yeah, we'll see, man.
But going back to this game, I thought the Dolphins. I counted on them, not counted on him, but I thought their strategy was to go in here and get try to establish a solid run game. Keep the ball moving, keep the ball away from Mahomes and them. But they only got 76 yards on the ground. I mean, the two
Bro,
running backs, A-Chain and Mostert, only had 42 yards total together carrying the
bro,
ball.
it was cold.
I know. And then one thing that's been talked about a lot is this Miami team not practicing in this weather. I would have thought maybe specifically for the climate games like this, they would have practiced in another location. I don't know if it's allowed or what, but like I thought they would have prepped better for it. But this went exactly how we thought it was.
-4 degrees Fahrenheit at kickoff. So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I would say this thing about the Chiefs though. So now with the Chiefs going to Buffalo, where the weather in Buffalo usually affects other teams in the AFC, Kansas City ain't got no problem playing in a cold weather game in Buffalo. That's like the only team outside of Buffalo that's going to be able to match up with them in a cold weather game. So, I mean, I'm still until Kansas City loses, I'm still going to pick Kansas City. I will say, man, if Josh Allen, if they run the ball and they stop trying to have Josh Allen pass the ball like 40 times a game, then Buffalo looks good, man. The more that they run the ball,
Okay.
it's,
Let's segue. All right, let's segue to the Steelers in Buffalo. Um, yeah, so they won, and they had 179 rushing yards in that game. Josh Allen 74, the backup running back had 26 yards, and Cook, who was the third or fourth leading rusher for the season, that's a big thing right there. He had 79 yards on the game. I feel like this is the more so complete Buffalo team that we've had recently, especially compared to last year.
they just calling better damn plays, man. Like,
Yeah, that too. I don't know what the hell went on last year, but I think, man, I can say that. I can say I think because this Chiefs team isn't super powered like we've seen before. However, we have seen Patriots teams like the year. Who did they beat? The Rams in the Super Bowl. Like what? The Patriots ain't had no business in that damn Super Bowl,
like
But
3 times that they had some garbage teams and they still won the Super Bowl. So,
you still had what arguably the best quarterback in the game, the best head coach in the game, and a solid, sound defense and a coach that just knows how to manipulate the game and just do the right things there. And I said that at the beginning of the season, man. I feel like the Chiefs are the same exact scenario when it comes to this. They're like, all right, we don't have this superpower right here to close the margins for error, but we're going to finesse the game in our favor and we're going to win this game.
I think the biggest difference is they have an identity in Pat Mahomes and Andy Reid, and they don't really change up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
From who they are as a team. The thing with Buffalo is their identity. I guess I can say over the last 6 weeks, I guess they're finding the identity of who they should really be. I honestly give them more credit, like at this time of the year, because that's what I was saying at the beginning of the year. Stop having Josh Allen drop back and throw the ball that many times, man. That dude should not be doing that. Let him control the game, use his legs, use his strong arm when he needs to, and they run the ball, and they're gonna do what? Win games. When they do that, I mean, they win. So as long as they don't let Josh Allen do hero ball and try to go into gunslinger mode, then they're usually going to be good. They're usually going to win games. And if they let them run the ball, they have a really good shot at beating Kansas City this year.
True that. I agree. And now, okay. So we looked over I guess. All right. So for this specifically, the Browns, I guess they just have to get healthy. But for the Dolphins and the Steelers, they had the exits in this round. What do you feel they need to do to take that next step as a team, whether it's coaching, whether it's specific position, individual position, or position groups?
Man, I feel like the Steelers situation is easier. I mean, it's easy to tell what's wrong with the Steelers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, you can look at the Steelers and tell what they're missing. Like they got to the playoffs. They shouldn't even been in the playoffs. They at least put up points. They were still physical. Buffalo was a way better team, but at least they looked like a well coached, physical team that was ready.
Mm-hmm.
They just need a damn quarterback. They just need a
They
damn
need a quarterback, man, for real.
quarterback. They need a quarterback and one more like solid receiver, and then they'll be back in business.
Yeah, they really need to. They need a quarter. They have to elevate that offense. Like you said, they got good players, they coach well. I mean, defense hasn't been a question in however so many years.
Bro, they're always ready to
Um,
go, man. Like they just need a quarterback. They haven't had a quarterback since Ben.
Kenny Pickett's not the answer. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to try to get somebody like a Fields or a Cousins, or do you see them maybe
I
drafting
mean,
somebody? Where they're going to be what, like pick 20,
I
something
would,
like that?
yeah, they're gonna be a lower end of the first round. So, um, Justin Fields sound. I don't understand why you would not like cash in and try to go after Justin Fields. Um, Kirk Cousins with that. And no offense to Captain Kirk. Captain Kirk can really change team. Like I would say, the Falcons. If you put Captain Kirk on the Falcons, that's money. But you don't need to have him out there playing in a cold weather games off of Achilles injury in that system, especially in the AFC North, man. When you're running that gauntlet of, bro, you got Action Jackson, you got Burrow. I mean, you got Deshaun, who didn't have a great year, but if every game in the second half, every game in the second half of the game, he had a crazy QBR compared to the first half. So if you look at
Right.
the first half, QBR was like bottom of the league. Second half, he always bought out, and then he finally was getting his rhythm back. So next year is going to be a real litmus test to see who Deshaun Watson really is. You know what I'm saying? Coming off that shoulder injury. Um, so Cleveland has a chance to be a solid team too. But Pittsburgh needs a real
And a real quarterback. Like seriously. Um, okay. And I feel like that's hindering that is, well, I guess that's what this topic is about. Was hindering them from taking that next level and getting
yeah,
to the next level. All right. Now, how about the Dolphins?
bro. I don't know, man.
I mean, they did have a lot of injuries. They did suffer a lot of injuries, specifically on defense. At the same time, they didn't give up a whole lot of points, and they held Kansas City to quite a few field goals in that game.
They're a team this year. I feel like they were a little bit ahead of schedule, so that kind of threw off expectations for everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
Last year, definitely they were ahead of expectations, even with a Tua injury. This year, they exceeded them in the first half of the year. And then if you look at their record, where they ended the year, it's really probably about where we thought that they would be, right? Their total wins and losses is about where we predicted Miami
Yeah,
would.
and get
So
that wild card entry. Because hold on, did we both pick Buffalo to win?
I picked Miami to win,
You
but
picked
I
Miami,
picked Miami to win that division. But honestly, that was a toss up. If you look at their record with Buffalo's record, they're what the same.
right?
So
It came down to the last game. Like,
that's the last game. So um, I mean, they have to be more physical. They have to stay healthy. Um, they're where Buffalo was 2 years ago. So I mean, at least they're progressing.
now, So I forgot what happened because all the others. So who got drafted with Tua? Was it? It was Burrow, Herbert, and Tua, right?
Yes.
Herbert got his bag. Burrow got his bag. Will Tua get his bag?
He's gonna get
Because I forgot what happened. Didn't they pick up his option or something? Or no. That's the 5th year. What happened with Tua's contract? Why didn't he get paid?
They said, here's the headline: Dolphins GM says contract talks with Tua to pick up. So they're working on that. They're
What's
working
that?
on it now.
What's that? All right, you back.
You good?
I got a plug.
No. So
my bad. Can you say that again?
So right now, the Dolphins GM says contract talks with Tua to pick up. So they're definitely working on contract talks.
What do you see? What do you think they're going? What kind of contract you think he's gonna get?
Man, I think Tua is a smart dude that understands that a year ago there were questions about whether he was even going to be able to play in the league, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's a smart dude. Now I know he's a smart dude. Now I hope he's not a greedy dude. And his success really, more than any of the other quarterbacks, relies on the talent that they can put around him.
Right.
So hopefully Tua doesn't get too greedy and tries to take up too much of that cap space, because it'll end up being more detrimental to him, because that's going to be what will get him out of the league if Tua has no weapons, if he doesn't have that line, if they can't pay for the running backs, if they don't have both of those speedy receivers.
Right. It's like you got to pay Waddle. Come on, you got to keep Waddle.
So if I was him, I would definitely give the Dolphins a little discount. Because
what kind of discount we talk? What's the max now? What, it's about 50 to 55 million?
Yeah, it's like,
because Burrow signed 55 million, right?
Yeah. So
okay. So what do you think Tua's looking at?
I mean, so let's see what did Daniel Jones make?
He got 40 million.
I think he should get 45 now.
45? Damn, that's right there behind. That's still a whole lot, man. That's still a lot.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. But, I mean, you said what we looking at? 55 million to max. Like, all right, so Joe Burrow. So Tua is only 10 million behind that.
Right. But
I feel you. That makes sense. But God, that makes sense. I think you're right. But damn, that's a lot, bro.
Money, man. But you can't pay that dude Daniel Jones money. You know what I'm saying? Because he's better than Daniel Jones.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, what the hell? Daniel Jones got this much? What the fuck? So y'all saying I'm Daniel Jones?
Yeah. So but even in that system, you're gonna have to pay him to keep him, because without him, what were they? The Dolphins were in purgatory for years until they got to him.
Yeah, they hadn't had a franchise quarterback since Dan Marino.
Yes,
they had that one season with Chad Pennington and the Wildcat.
Hey, Chad Pennington was a beast, man, for a couple of years, man.
All right, he was going hand with the Jets too, so he was rocking it a little bit.
But I'm just saying, I think that he can't be greedy, and they have to continue to just put weapons around him, and then experience will help that team win road games, because they're gonna win. They're gonna win in Miami regardless, because they win games. But they help their team win road games and win big games. Because remember when Josh Allen couldn't win big games? We talk about it all the time. Josh Allen can't win big games.
Herbert's there too.
He can't win big games.
But yeah, it's like they're that one step behind. You know, it's like, all right, y'all in good territory, but we gotta get up here. You know.
They say the same thing about Lamar. They say Lamar can't win big games. So, I mean, it's a natural progression for a quarterback.
All right. Now let's get into arguably the most surprising matchup of the weekend. The Packers traveling to AT&T Stadium and whooping up on the Cowboys.
Them boys.
48-32. And that game wasn't as close as that score is
Hey,
bro,
now,
I was like, what was I doing? It was Saturday. Was I with Sam? I was with my mama. My mom came and visited me this weekend, and I'm just looking at my phone. I keep looking at the score, like, okay, I see 7-0. I'm like 14-0, 21-0. What the hell's going on? And I pull it up on my phone, and I see number 13. I forgot the wide receiver's name. He get a touchdown. They go up 27-0. I'm thinking, bro, how the hell are y'all letting this happen at home? What?
now, I didn't think that. I didn't think that Dallas was going to lose. But what do we say? I could see it happening.
I can see it happening.
I
So
could see it
the
happening.
bad part is them losing. However, it's the fashion they lost. You know,
Yeah.
like I mean, it still would have been like, what the hell, Dallas, if they lost. But the way they went about it, I mean, what he threw. I mean, Dak threw what, one pick six, and the rest they all dropped on him,
He threw one pick
and
six and
and he had a
then
bad pick,
he had
a
another
bad
bad
field
pick.
position pick, right?
Yeah, and he threw it in the red zone too.
So Dak gave him one and set him up for one.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. But still, this defense that was been stellar most of the season still gave up quite a bit of points. So I can't put this loss on Dak Prescott. I mean,
Man,
he put him in bad positions, but
I
they,
ain't gonna put it on
they still
Dak.
had some blown coverages too. That just like the Browns did. They had wide receivers wide open. Was it Musgrave or Tucker? One of the tight ends was wide open. And shout out to Love, bro. Goodness gracious. Love has came a long way.
All right.
And that dude
So
has talent.
then you gotta talk about a couple
Go
things.
ahead. What we got to talk about? Go ahead.
The Green Bay Packers general manager looking into a crystal ball and deciding it was time to let Aaron Rodgers go. And then first of all, having enough foresight, 3 years ago to draft Jordan Love at the end of the first round when everybody's like, oh, we're not getting weapons for Aaron and all this stuff, and blah, blah, blah. He said, screw that. I see a quarterback. He took him, sat him behind Aaron, let him develop, got rid of Aaron right when they needed to.
Right.
He doubled down. Even when Green Bay was struggling at the beginning of the year, they never lost support for Jordan. Even when people were calling for like, oh, do they need to go ahead and figure out a plan B? Nah, they didn't overpay Jordan when they re-upped his contract.
They
And
gave
then,
him like what, 20 mil?
yeah, they gave him 20
Yeah, if
cool.
you start the season, yeah.
Yeah, they showed that they put some confidence in him, gave him that confidence.
Hey, bro, here's a little bag real quick, man.
Yeah, they go,
Hey, show us you want us to triple this real quick. Like, come
yeah.
on, man.
So they gonna put some money in his pocket. The youngest team in the NFL went out and beat a team that a lot of experts were picking to go to the Super Bowl. Being bad. That like it did. Dallas put up a lot of those points in garbage time,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
like empty points, man. So I gotta ask you something, man.
What's
So
up?
why? All right, so Dak Prescott reminds me of the NFC's version
Of
of.
Kirk Cousins.
Oh, nah, man, he's better than Kurt, but he reminds me of Josh
Is
Allen.
he?
The way that Buffalo continues to make Josh throw the ball too much. Dallas does the same thing with Dak. Both great quarterbacks, and this is no hate on either one of them. I'm saying these people are using these dudes wrong. So think about when Dak had Zeke and my other man at Pollard, and they were switching up, right? But then Dak was only throwing the ball like 35 times, 35 times, and they were finding success, right? Yeah, Zeke got beat up, so yeah, he wasn't the same back, but they never replaced Zeke. So the problem it isn't that Dak can't throw. They never replace Zeke, so they never have another power running back. And so they're putting way too much of the burden on Dak and they're making him look great. Cool. But he was 41 of 60, bruh.
I mean, well, one thing is a lot of it, like you said, garbage time. So you got to throw the ball.
They're trying to throw the ball to come behind. But how many games is he passing over 40 times throughout the season? There's no bounce. And even when they come out in the beginning of the game, Dallas was not, they were not playing physical at the line of scrimmage, trying to push the ball down their throat.
So it makes sense. It's like a lot of people said that they should have kept Zeke, and Zeke would have wanted to stay for a discount. What did he say that?
Yeah, he stayed, man. He went to New England for like we talk about $20 million and stuff.
Right.
He went to New England.
He knew what his market was.
He went for something stupid, bro. He went there for like end of the career Cam Newton money. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, Cam went there for like $1.5 million.
That's what I'm saying, man. And like those Cam should have got more money, and Zeke should have got more money. So I just think
I said Zeke. I mean, it would have been straight. I feel like. Well, actually, I know for a fact Zeke would have been the same running back behind or playing with Tony Pollard as he was that last year. You know,
they need to.
I don't expect him to be 2015, 2016 Zeke, but he still would have been what that team needed. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody physical, man. They did not have anybody physical. And that's it. And Dallas always gets in these points in the playoffs when they have a really good record. They always overlook their first round opponent. They always do. And they're never ready to play. Even before McCarthy, even when it was Jason Garrett. So everybody's going to talk about McCarthy, but the same thing happened with Jason Garrett. Same thing. So it's
hey, press the same shit. The same shit. Same players, same stuff. Now, let's go into the Cowboys and their offseason additions and subtractions. It's getting buzz about, I mean, it could just be the media or whatever. Are they going to keep Mike McCarthy or are they going to let him go? I think they're going to keep him.
They're probably going to keep him, man. But, we should get spicy on this. You know what would be dope for that organization?
Would Harbaugh win there?
Nah, bro. I ain't talking
That'd be two. That'd be two, though. That'd be crazy.
Nah, man. If you think about it, they have a good defense. Who can make them a great defense? They have a quarterback already. What if Bill Belichick went to Dallas?
Man, I feel like you was about to say that, but I thought you was going to say something else. I wasn't thinking. Belichick went to Dallas. He'd have to bring Josh McDaniels, and I'd be on board.
He's gonna bring Josh McDaniels no matter what.
Look, if Belichick and McDaniels went to Dallas, that will be scary.
That
will be scary
because Belichick sucks as a general manager at this point in his career. Not saying he sucked forever, but like at this point, he should not be a general manager.
If they wanted to sign him for like a mercenary, all right, here you go. Here's a 2-year, bro. Just try to get us a Super Bowl these 2 years. We already got players, man. We gonna bring in some guys.
Jerry Jones,
you know what I mean?
With personnel, like you can say whatever you want to say about Jerry Jones, but handling personnel, he's a really good general manager.
Oh, great at that.
So you have a general manager, owner who's gonna spend money, man. That's the only way. You might go fire McCarthy. If I was Bill, which one would you rather coach, Atlanta or would you rather coach Dallas?
You'd rather coach Dallas. Sure.
So, I mean, if you're trying to win, Jerry Jones,
like you said, the personnel is already there.
And there's I'm not calling for people's job like McCarthy. McCarthy's a good coach. He's a good coach. But if you had a chance to get one of the best coaches in sports history, why not go ahead and make that move? And then like Dak is already talking about he doesn't want to play for anybody else other than McCarthy. Do you think he would say that about Bill Belichick? No. Just say,
No.
I think that would be good.
That would be great. That'd be scary. McDaniels and Belichick there with that talent, that would be something scary.
I mean, think about how crazy that would be for the NFL. Think
That'd
about
be talked about so much. Oh my gosh. That would run headlines. I mean, Dallas already runs headlines. That will run headlines.
yeah, man. They need to the league need to make that happen. Just you know how the league Goodell, you need to make that happen because you know how y'all script
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
in the background. So I mean, I'm just saying, rather than have Bill go to Atlanta, just not sounding like that's not spicy enough, man. Him going down there and get the best out of Desmond Ritter.
All right. So the best matchup from the weekend is it? Yeah, the best matchup we had, the Rams and Lions. I know people were high on the Rams, but I'm like, no, this is the Lions. I repeatedly said this is the Lions Super Bowl. They will win this game no matter what. If they got to shank somebody, if a fan got to run on the field and tackle Puka Nakua and stop him from getting a touchdown, the Lions will win this damn game.
That was a good game.
And they got it by the skin of their teeth, 23-24.
This is a toss-up game, man. So, shout out to the Lions. I said the Rams are gonna win, but I said it's gonna be a close game. And I said I wanted the Lions to win, but man, it was hard to bet against Stafford. Stafford
was in there killing it, bro.
Stafford is a G. Then, bro, that hit he took all banged up, bro.
He got hit head. His messed up hand got hurt even more.
That's a tough dude, man. So
he played at Georgia.
I know. I told you, man. These boys are my cousin, man. Trent Starter, man.
Okay.
My cousin was his left guard, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I remember you telling me that now.
Yeah, so I know that the Bulldog fam. So, but yeah, shout out to Matthew Stafford, man.
Throwing sidearm throws. I was like,
but then
that was pretty cool.
Also, we got to give a shout out to the quarterback of the Detroit Lions because man, he went through it, bro.
I can say one thing. I've always believed in Jared Goff, man. I just like his style. I like how he throws the ball. I've always been like pretty fond of Jared Goff.
Jared Goff took a bad rap, man, because
he did.
Even when they made it to the Super Bowl and they lost, that whole team played bad. Todd Gurley played bad. Remember, because he was declining.
Yeah, the knee injury.
Yeah, so when they lost in the Super Bowl, they put all that blame on Jared Goff, man. So former number one pick, talented dude. And he seems like a really good dude too. Mm-hmm. So that helps. But shout out to him.
He got traded away, and they traded for Matthew Stafford. So it was like, damn. It's like everybody thought. I mean, I did too. I thought Jared Goff's career was just gonna wither away in Detroit, but they had something going there because wasn't Campbell? He became an interim coach, right?
Oh, I got set up with Campbell. Maybe I don't remember. Maybe he was the interim coach. But their team was
he was the interim coach. Yeah,
they were fired up, man. When he first took over that team, they were fired up, and then they went on that run and almost made the playoffs last
year. And this year, we all said the Lions were going to make the playoffs, man.
Yes, everybody. That was unanimous.
That was unanimous. We were like, they got some steam going here. Like they're going to make it, especially after they knocked off the Green Bay last year. That was really impressive.
Yeah, they're a well coached team, a really good quarterback. I can't say Jared Goff is great, but he is really good, solid Pro Bowl quarterback. You know who he reminds me of?
Who's that?
Alex Smith. Remember Alex
Yeah.
Smith a couple years ago? Same
Mhm.
thing, man. Like they tried to write Alex Smith off, but Alex Smith was a consummate professional, solid every game. Played well in big games. So Jared Goff, Alex Smith, they're cut from the same cloth. Did they both go to Cal too? I think they both went to Cal.
No. Alex Smith went to no, I'm
Utah.
thinking Derek Carr. Yeah, Alex Smith went to Utah. Oh, where did I'm thinking I was about to say Fresno State, but Utah and Fresno State got the same colors.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
They
Alex
kind of
Smith.
uniforms kind of look the same, but yeah.
Yeah, they still remind me their whole path in the league just are very similar. So Alex Smith and Jared Goff, man, those are some real humble, good dudes, man, out there playing football.
And yeah, but that was a great game. Dude, Puka Nakua, man. I know Jay don't say it, but top 10 receiver, or
he's top 10.
Gosh, dude,
top 10.
He just owns it out there.
Top 10. I mean, but you know, hey man, look at Alex Smith. How many receivers that he's? And I'm not going to give him all the credit.
Alex Smith.
I mean, not Alex Smith, but Stafford. Look at Stafford. All the quarterbacks that he's played. I mean, all the receivers he's played with that have ended up being
the top
level,
best seasons ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, Calvin Johnson had the most yards. Cooper Kupp, who I say was the greatest season ever for a receiver. Then you got Puka Nakua, who's the greatest rookie receiver ever. Has a record for the most receiving yards and the most catches as a rookie. And balled out in the playoff game.
So what's the one common denominator? Matthew
Stafford.
Hall of Famer. I don't care what nobody says. That dude's Hall of Famer.
Respect there. All right. What else we got here?
Hey, bro. The game just ended.
Damn! It just ended. Philadelphia Eagles lose 9-32 to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Man, let me tell you. Man, what I said. I texted I said it all season. Baker, let's go, Baker. Baker got a playoff win. Let's get it.
Hey, man. Baker probably out there lit, bro.
Yeah, you already know it. One thing, shout out props to Baker, man. So much. I mean, a lot of it he bought on himself, kind of, but so much adversity, perseverance. You know, the Browns thing, came to Carolina, didn't work out in Carolina. It was really disappointing. Went to LA, had kind of a resurgence with McVay, and then got another chance to take over as a team starting quarterback. And I mean, even though the division was ass, won the division, you know, gotta get props, won the division, and now just won a playoff game. Yeah. Man. And another thing, shout out Todd Bowles too. You know,
they were calling for that dude head for no reason.
For real, no reason, man. It's like, all right, this team's been broken up, but he somehow kept it together. I mean, they had some impressive games. Like I said, the season is a tale of 4 different quarters. The Buccaneers played good right here. Then it was bad. Then it was okay. But yeah, they still had some pieces, and Todd Bowles kept it together, and they're going to the divisional round.
He's won the division both the years, right? He's won divisions back-to-back years that he's been coached. I mean,
he coached last year.
Yeah, he coached last year, right? Yeah, last year was his first year.
Yeah, he did because what was it? Foster or Bruce Arians moved up to the office.
Yeah, it was his first year coaching, and they were talking trash about him last year. He won a division last year, won a division this year with Baker,
and we thought they were gonna. Everybody kept saying they were gonna liquidate that team.
Bro, we were talking about them getting Caleb Williams. At the beginning of the year, bro.
It was like, yeah, they're gonna trade Mike Evans, you know. Like we were sure. Hey, I was for sure they were gonna liquidate everybody, trade Mike Evans and everything.
Bro, me too. And they had plans. And so shout out to the coach. But then even man, Baker, You know what? Baker might not ever go to another Pro Bowl or anything like that, man. But you got to give that dude. That dude is persistent. That is one persistent as dude, man. He's got heart. You know what I'm saying? So
I know why that is.
why,
Me and Baker got the same birthday. April 14th. Let's go. Me,
man,
Baker Mayfield, and DJ Moore. We got the same birthday.
bro? I'm gonna tell you. This is how I know Matt Rule was ass because he couldn't get nothing with Baker going. He couldn't get nothing. He couldn't get nothing
We
with
couldn't get nothing with Baker or DJ Moore.
yeah. So if we would have had a decent coach, Baker should have been able to win some games with DJ Moore.
Mm-hmm. That just never happened.
Nah.
Okay. Now, let's pivot to the Eagles. Man, this game right here, they lost 32 to like it wasn't even a close game, man. So yeah. The Eagles, this is their you know, I mean, we know typically what a Super Bowl hangover is, but this is the Eagles Super Bowl hangover. I feel like this is it. You know, it's rarely a team makes a playoff and you say they had a Super Bowl hangover, but it did. That shit did catch up with them finally. They started off the season pretty strong. They were solid. A lot of people said their games were kind of messy, weren't clean, but they had the power in the trenches, the D line and the O line, and they started dealing with some injuries on defense. A lot of that happened, and the offense just kind of declined. You know, they just didn't have their bread and butter. And I said going into this game when I saw that AJ Brown was out, I'm like, all right, they're folding in this game because they lost what 5 of the last 6 games of the season. I mean, I know they went through the gauntlet, but it's like, bro, y'all the Eagles.
Man, Devontae Smith balled out tonight though.
Did he?
Eight receptions for 148 yards.
Okay. Well, we knew Jalen was going to go there. You know, he had to. But then I was thinking about it. I'm like, yo, who's the? I mean, I think it's pretty sure it's Quez Watkins. But it's like, how often do you see Quez Watkins in the action though? It's usually always a running back catching the ball.
Yep.
AJ Brown, Devonta, or Goddard. Other than that, nobody really. You might see one guy with 2 receptions, 26 yards, maybe a touchdown.
But I think Jalen Hurts was hurt, right? And he's been hurt. He's been hurt all season, and then he had a dislocated finger. Throwing hand. He's playing hurt.
Wasn't running the same.
Bruh, he only had one carry for 5 yards. And so last year, think about how dynamic he was.
Boy, he was killing it,
bruh, like he was on that Lamar Jackson-ish right there. So him being one-dimensional really hurt that team. So Jalen Hurts being one-dimensional, they got to figure it out. They're gonna have to do the same thing that Baltimore did with Lamar and just really figure out how to make that team solid when Lamar's not running, or so when Jalen's not running. How's that team gonna look?
And I'm real curious to see. There was talk about Lane Johnson and Kelsey retiring. Like, I'm not sure about Kelsey, but I don't know, maybe. But if those 2 guys retire, that's big time. That's big time.
Hall of Fame center.
And the right tackle. And then there's been talk about Nick Sirianni. I don't think Nick Sirianni is going anywhere. But if things next season don't get better than how this season folded out and ended up to be, I could see Sirianni gone because the Eagles are the team. They push Andy out and they push Doug Peterson out real quick.
They will. It ain't nothing to cut a coach off, bro, for them because I think it's in a weird coaching carousel right now, right? So if they did fire Sirianni, they got options.
They got options, yeah. It's like, damn, bro. We got Vrabel out here. We got Harbaugh out here.
Look, man, you know who could win with that team?
Who's that? Bellichick.
Belichick.
Hey, get McDaniels over there. I mean, hold on. Who we got? We got Vrabel, Harbaugh, Vrabel, Harbaugh, and Bellichick. That's options for real.
Man, and then honestly, Mike Tomlin might not be there. The Steelers, man, they might.
I think they're gonna keep Tomlin.
Man, Tomlin he might be tired of dealing with they ish, bro. You know what I'm saying? He think about the last 5 years they haven't had a quarterback. He's still winning games, and everybody still act like he trash. He might get tired of hearing that, bro.
It's like, bro, what y'all want him to do? Like, what do y'all want him to do without a franchise quarterback? Like, what the hell are y'all expecting?
Man, they be
like, what the hell are you expecting without a franchise quarterback?
See what they're doing. They're looking at this 49ers Brock Purdy-ish.
Man, that shit not real. That shit not real life. Like, look at the whole team, man. I can tell you. Look, I know a lot of players in the league, especially my team and whatever. But I can tell you the whole starting defensive line for the Niners. You got Chase Young on the end, Eric Armstead, Javon Hargrave, and Nick Bosa, bruh. The fact that I can just straight up tell you off the top the freaking defensive line is ridiculous. That tells you that team is a damn fairy tale. Like, for real, bro. What the hell? Go ahead.
Who are their receivers? Who are their two receivers?
Debo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk. They got George Kittle at tight end.
And all three of those players are what? All pro?
All pro. They each have 1,000 yards. Well, Debo's like at 8 something, but he has like 300, 400 rushing yards.
I was say he's also part-time running back too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man, you you mentioned the running back.
Who's the other running back?
CMC, Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, he back there too.
Oh, hey, who is their fullback?
The fullback, you should.
Oh yeah, and who is he? He's a all pro, right?
Right. All pro fullback. They got a Hall of Fame tackle, Trent Williams. Fred Warner back there on the linebackers.
All time too. Trent Williams is in conversation for best all time.
So I mean, that team is a fairy tale, bro. Like, what the hell? I mean, that's you're not gonna see that often, like, for real.
Nah, man, but that's what they like. 49ers ain't got no quarterback, but they also have a competent quarterback.
And then another thing that's funny, 49ers were bad some years before they were building it together, and you remember they lost Garoppolo that season. So it's like, all right, you got this good ass team with no quarterback that's still bad. So you're looking at the quality of draft picks. They're picking in the top 10 versus the Steelers picking in anywhere from like 15 to 22. You know, they're all first round prospects, but those first 10, those are the guys you really salivating over.
If you're gonna have a skill position player like a quarterback or like a wide receiver, like, a top 10 pick is what you're looking for a real skill position player.
Like Bosa. When's the last time the Steelers were drafted early enough to get a Bosa?
Man,
I mean, TJ Watt's their version, but they didn't get TJ Watt that early.
No, man, they got their second best defensive player went to UNC Charlotte, bro. Don't get me wrong, man. He's a beast. But,
let's see. Trying to look at. Okay.
Alex Highsmith.
Yeah, TJ Watt was the 30th overall pick in the 2017 draft. What the hell?
What pick was Alex Highsmith?
Alex Highsmith.
Oh,
He was the 103rd round, 102nd overall. That's the end of the third round.
Yep. In the third round. And that is Coach Tomlin developing these players, getting like maximizing their talents, turning them into all pro players.
True that.
So,
But yeah, big time stuff here. All right. And so as far as for the coaching carousel, so who would you like to see to go where? The Vrabel, Harbaugh, and Bellichick.
I don't want to see anybody go to Atlanta. So Vrabel, Harbaugh is going to go to the Chargers. I mean, that's just it.
Yeah. Hold on. The Commanders now. The Commanders in there.
Hold up, man. Yeah, ain't nobody going to no damn Commanders.
All right. We're gonna see. They're out on Bellichick. They didn't want Bellichick.
Yeah, man. But you got to remember. So you think Harbaugh is going to pick the Commanders over going to the Chargers?
Well, one thing. All right. Let me say this. No, however, the Commanders can be. It's an interesting job now. They got the most cap space. They have some good pieces. They got some good pieces on that roster. I mean, I feel like he would earlier on he would have more control to move things and to mold that team to how he wants it to be versus with the Chargers, them having certain defensive players on those big contracts. He has to play with what's there, but if he went to the Commanders, he can move things and add things that he wants and gets to make it his way. I mean, he can make it his way at the Chargers, but he has to play with some things for a little minute.
Khalil Mack, he almost had a chance to break the all-time sack record.
Oh yeah, he had a resurgent year. Yep.
So yeah, they got some aging defensive pieces, but you have a top 10 quarterback in LA where they're still gonna give him a bunch of power. Like, bro, they gave Staley all kind of power, and he was
Hey, boy, he didn't know what to do. Staley didn't know what to do with it.
I ain't even gonna talk about that, man. But they gave Staley a bunch of power. You know they're gonna give Harbaugh all kind of power. So you're not gonna move your family. You're not gonna move your family from Michigan, where you're the king of Ann Arbor, to DC, bro. You're not doing that, bro. That's like when LeBron left Cleveland. Where did LeBron go? He went to
Miami. Oh, okay. The second time.
Yeah, second time. He went to Miami, which is still cool. And then when he went back to Cleveland, he went to LA. Mm-hmm. You're not gonna leave somewhere cold and dreary to go somewhere else that's not Miami or LA. That's just my theory. I can't see it, man. I think Harbaugh going to the Chargers has been in works for man, he might get an NCAA violation for that, man. Ain't no telling.
So they're gonna catch. They're gonna be like, the Chargers was tampering. It's like, bro, they in another league. They tampering. You're gonna get a charge for that, for real.
So I see that. I see them going there. Vrabel's the wild card, man. Where do you see him going?
Shit, Vrabel. I can see Vrabel in Atlanta, maybe. Oh, Dan Quinn's out there too.
Man, Dan Quinn's gonna get a job. He might end up getting a job quicker than Vrabel. Dan Quinn might end up going to Tennessee. But I mean, I don't know. We'll see, because they were even talking about Dan Quinn going back to Atlanta. since that's where he was at.
Really?
They were talking about Dan Quinn in Atlanta.
Really?
They were talking about it. Man, it's all kind
Wow.
of rumors. It's all kind of rumors, man, about.
He'd go back?
I mean, everybody money talk, I guess. I don't know. But Dan Quinn, who the hell is Carolina gonna get as a coach?
Bro, they had everybody. It was like I was getting the updates, bro. It had all kinds of names on there, bro. Who's Ben Johnson? Who's he the
Detroit.
offensive coordinator for? Yeah,
Detroit.
he's a popular name, but I mean he's still coaching right now.
Didn't he tell them no last year?
Who the Panthers? Like hell no. He's like, y'all drafting Bryce? Hell no.
I'm good. He probably still be like, nah, I'm good.
Shoot, who the Seahawks gonna get too?
Oh, Dan Quinn might go there too. They were because
Yeah.
he was with that organization before.
That makes sense. Yep, just that relationship already. He was really, really successful over there with the Boom.
Man, you know the dumbest rumor that that I heard this week was Pete Carroll to Carolina.
Oh man, I think, bro, what the hell? Where'd that come from?
I was listening to somebody on ESPN radio show. They're talking about, man, you get Pete Carroll, just come in. He'll change the culture, and then he can bring in a coach in waiting with him, like a package deal. It's like, I love Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll, you know what Pete Carroll should go coach? University of Washington. That's what
Yo, that'll be sick. That'll be cool.
Coach. So I think that's the only place Pete Carroll should be coaching. Should be University of Washington. If y'all need to get on the phone right now and make that happen. I need to be his agent. That's the best deal for everybody. That'll make him relevant. He can get his bag. Players gonna come play for him.
Oh yeah.
You know, by the time he'll retire, by the time there's some violations pop up,
you already know some shit gonna happen.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I don't know what else, man. This season, somebody else is gonna get fired anyway soon. I mean, we got to see if Dallas is gonna keep McCarthy. If McCarthy gets fired, bro, he's still a good coach.
So a lot of stuff is all right. So one thing, so we're still a lot of stuff is pending because a lot of coordinators, popular coordinators, are still in the playoffs right now. I mean, you're looking at Todd Monken for the Ravens, the offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
he's a name that's been thrown out there. Who else? Well, I know the Bengals are done, but the Bengals guy. So I mean, to touch everybody. To go around and touch everybody, there's still a lot of guys out there. Ben Johnson, the Lions guy. Who else we got on? Steve Wilkes. I've heard his name in the mill a little bit. Defensive coordinator, the 49ers. So I heard him. Who else is there? Who's still there? That's all I can think of right now. But yeah.
It's still a lot, bro. It's still a lot. And that's how many vacancies is it? Like 5?
Redskins, Hawks, Falcons, Panthers,
Seahawks. Seahawks.
Falcons, Panthers, Titans. Only counted 5 thus far.
Okay. I mean, it's 5 jobs, but like 8 to 10 really good candidates out there right now. We'll see.
Well, who's gonna take the Panthers job? Boy, nobody want that shit.
Nobody want that.
You ain't got. I mean, you got a good defense, but man, other than that, you ain't got shit to work with. Nothing.
You know what you got? You gonna get some money.
Hey, for real, they like, man, look, man. I don't have no expectations coming out here. I'm gonna try my best, but we're gonna get that back for real.
I would take it.
And then college coaches. Who was it? I heard some names from college being talked about.
For NFL jobs?
Uh-huh.
Man, that shit don't ever work, man. That don't ever work, bro.
Only guy that's worked is Pete Carroll.
Yeah, but he was coaching before though. He was.
I know he already had a tenure.
He was a Patriots coach before then, man. So that don't ever work. Name one college coach that started in college and went to NFL and it worked.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, did Harbaugh start in college, or did he? But he had assistant experience in the NFL.
Yeah.
Okay, did. That's why he's one of a kind, man. He's one of a kind. I can't think of anybody, but there were some names though I was hearing. It might have just been Harbaugh. I don't know. There was somebody else I heard in there that and then they were explaining why it would make sense, and it kind of did make sense. But when I figure it out, I'll let you know.
They were talking about the move that Ohio State should make is firing their coach.
All right, I heard this one and getting who?
Mike Vrabel.
Yes, I think I heard that one. Did I?
Vrabel, I mean, that's a great fit for Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Since Michigan keeps whooping their butts every year, so we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. And then it's not even a done deal that Harbaugh is going to leave. He might do all that talking. Michigan might go ahead and call up everybody else, send them some more money, have them try to at least hit round 2. We'll see.
Yeah, they should definitely try to run it back. A lot of those guys officially declared McCarthy the running back and the defensive tackle. So they won't have. I don't know if they'll have any first round guys, but Michigan will have a lot of guys in the draft.
Yeah, man. Yeah. McCarthy, I don't know, man. I don't know about him. I don't know about him.
JJ McCarthy?
Yeah, man.
He's good. He's good.
Also, yeah, he's great in college, man. But
I gotta put that in college in there.
No, he's great in college. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, man. You'll see project, 3rd round, draft pick.
Could be. Right. You got anything else for us, huh?